couple of seconds. Okay, pause and do what? Just observe. Observe what is it that you're thinking right now. Is it really about what is it that the next speaker is going to talk about? Or is it something about something that happened maybe, a few moments back, something in the morning or yesterday, or some work that you're supposed to do maybe after this? Just observe. Why do we observe this? Because, like there is a stage here and there are some speakers who will be coming after this. So the speaker who is here is actively talking about something, and then there are some speakers who are waiting at the backstage or somewhere, seated somewhere, waiting for their chance to really come, right? That's exactly how our mind works. Okay, so there are some thoughts which are things that you're actively involved in. You're doing something, you're writing an email, you're preparing some meal, you're doing something and your mind is actively involved. But there are also thoughts which are at the backstage, which is also called a subconscious mind, which are waiting to kind of play their roles. And here, while you're listening to me, there may be those backstage thoughts that you may still be having at this point in time. Yeah? And that's where conscious living, comes into place. What do I mean by conscious living? Very simple. I have these 3 glasses here. Okay? I'll just help if people sitting at the back can't see. So there are these 3 glasses. One at the center. Okay, so this one at the center is an empty glass and 2 glasses here on the table are full with water. So what would I do to make this full? Sharing. Okay, wonderful. From where will I get water for this? Either glass, this or this. Right? So this is how exactly conscious living works. Okay, so what we do is, let's say this glass at the center is our present moment. Okay, this moment. The moment which is going right now. But because this glass is not full enough, what am I doing is, I'm filling up this center glass, which is the present moment, the moment which is happening right now. I fill it up either with the past thoughts or I borrow some water from the future. And then there are so many of these thoughts, and we heard about stories in the morning and how impactful stories can be. But here, those stories are stories which inspire other people. But there are also these thoughts which keep on going in our mind, which are like stories of our minds, right? Keep thinking. And if you observe very deeply and very closely, you would also realize that chances are that most of us today end up living more in our minds than we live in reality, life where it is happening. Now we end up living our life so much in our thoughts and where our mind is taking the stories of the mind. It makes us not see life situations as they are, but the way mind is creating those stories. We experience life not in the moment, this every moment that's going, this one moment, this one moment, this one moment, this one moment. Instead of experiencing and living each moment fully and completely, we are borrowing. Yeah, and that's where conscious living really, really helps us bring our attention to where life is actually happening in this moment. Being aware, living an aware life. When I'm talking to you, when I'm looking at you, when I look into your eyes, can I connect? Communication is that exchange of energy, right? When I'm talking to you, that exchange of energy, that loving gaze that you have at me right now while you're listening to me, it's that exchange of energy. Communication, relationship, listening to people. We heard such beautiful things about listening in the morning. Yeah, so that listening happens when we are aware, we are living our lives where it is happening. And a simple practice to fill our present moment, not borrowing from the future, not borrowing from the past, living life fully, completely, giving our complete attention to what is happening in this moment. And that's conscious living. Yeah, and to experience that, what I would want you to do is just sit back, just relax for a couple of moments and just be with the thoughts that I'm giving to you. Is that okay? All of us here?
Yes.
Wonderful. So let the chair take your weight. And your body is very, very relaxed. Little time for your own self. Away from everything outside. Your own time. Just feel that every beat of these instruments is bringing your attention in this present moment. Neither the past nor the future. You're experiencing this one moment fully and completely. Observe your thoughts. As you observe your thoughts, your mind slowly relaxes. Now observe the gap between those thoughts. Just stay with the gap for a couple of more moments. Just be there, very, very relaxed, very comfortable. Now, in this moment, completely aware, let us all create just one thought. Together, let us be in just one experience that I am very, very relaxed. Stay with that thought. Just stay with that feeling. Very, very relaxed. Just be with your breath. Just be with yourself. Slowly move your feet a little bit, move your fingers a little bit. If your eyes are closed, you could open your eyes, but continue to be in that awareness of how are you feeling and experiencing life in this moment. Yeah, so it's a very simple practice. We don't have to do anything extra in life. We don't really have to go to Himalayas or anywhere. Just be where you are. Just experience every moment. You know, what is a beautiful life? I'll just end with one last thought. What is a beautiful life? Okay, we may all have wonderful definitions because all of us here are experts of our field and we know so much about ourselves, about life. But just one definition that I would like to share is, you know, when this moment which is going, if I'm able to live this moment fully and completely, then the next moment, then the next moment, if I'm able to live each moment fully, completely, and intensely, collection of these moments become lives, right? So not much effort to live consciously, to live an aware life. It's just about living intensely every moment, and collection of these becomes, you know, these moments become a very beautiful life. So to end my talk, you know, a lot of good wishes to each one of you for a wonderful life ahead of you.